Hi there, Zam here from NerdTube. These are my thoughts and spoilers of the Kingstown Season 4, Episode 1, Coming Round the Mountain. So Season 3 really felt like an end of a series, so to speak, with particular characters being killed off and, things being bookended. But no, we do get a Season 4 and I'm really happy because this is a fantastic show. So if you can remember some of the things that happened at the end of Season 3, one of the most significant things is Carl McCluskey, Mike's brother, shot fellow cop, and let me just quickly find him in this list of people, Robert, who's about to kill an innocent family because Robert's a fucking maniac and just looks at anybody who looks a little bit different to him as a suspect. Now, by doing this good deed, because no good deed goes unpunished, Carl now has to go to prison. And this is where Mike, being the mayor of Kingstown, comes in, basically doing his role of making sure that his brother is taken care of whilst he's behind bars, only for a short period of time. But regardless, he's a cop. He makes note that he's a cop, and his life is going to be a living hell, even though it's going to be for a short period of time. So he's doing his very best to use his connections within the prison world to make sure that his brother gets taken care of. In the meantime, he's having to deal with some of these new characters that we are going to be getting now in Season 4. One of the characters that only started at the beginning of this episode, played by Lenny James, is a guy called Frank Moses. And Frank has these Russian guys all drugged up and then had their bodies lined up on a railway track and then waited for a train to come along to decapitate these bodies as they were lying on the railway track. And that was the last we saw of Frank Moses in this episode. He is definitely going to be the main antagonist of this season. We'll see where his loyalties truly lie, who he's aligned with, what does he want, yada yada yada. We have Eddie Falco playing Nina Hobbs, who's now the new warden of the Kingstown Penitentiary, and she's very different to the previous guy, Kareem. She doesn't really want to have to deal with people like Mike, but Mike did have a really good scene with her by saying, "Listen, I'm the mayor of fucking Kingstown. I have all the connections. You make sure my fucking brother is treated okay. But if he isn't, we'll see what happens." A veiled threat, but basically telling her, "Look, take care of my fucking brother, and shit won't fucking nothing's gonna happen to you, basically." And she took that one, to be honest with you. Even though she herself is trying to run things a little bit differently, she knows there's some sort of elements of corruption, and she wants to stamp that out. Obviously, it's typical when you get like somebody replacing the previous figurehead who wants to run things their way. You see that a lot in television shows, and Nina Hobbs, the character of Nina Hobbs, played by Eddie Falco, is no different. We also get another warden. Initially, I wasn't really thinking about her too much. She's the character's name is Cindy Stevens, played by Laura Benetti. Now, she's just being shown the ropes by another warden. He is, I forgot his name now, Carney. Carney's showing her the ropes. And we're just following her because she's a new character, she's a new warden and stuff like that. But we do, at the end of this episode, just follow her around her house a little bit. She comes home. She's got a family. She's like taking care of her kids and stuff like that. Very brief. Doesn't really explain much about what her overall involvement is going to be this episode. This series. But I'm sure there are things for her set up that will be explained during the course of the series. But yeah, they're not going to expand on this character even so briefly, even in a minuscule manner, without her having more of a significant role to play. So yes, Cindy Stevens, I look forward to seeing what you have to offer for this particular show. But in the meantime, our boy Mike is having to go pillar to post, not only to take care of his brother, but also to find out who the hell is called, who done these decapitations, as well as obviously keep his boy Bunny happy as well, because obviously everyone is after the king, being Bunny. And we do see a shootout scene at one particular point where Bunny is being attacked by some guys, and they try to shoot him and stuff like that, but they fail to do so, and the cops come in and they take out these guys and yada yada. And yeah, more information needs to be found out about that. But really, the bulk of this episode was just to do with the fact that Carl was going to prison, and all of that, that gets involved with him going to prison, and the fact that there are people in this world, for instance, Evelyn, she's a lawyer. Mike has had an affair with her here and there. She's a lawyer who could possibly help, and Mike is pissed off that she's not helping, but at the same time she wants Kyle to basically spill the beans. But if Kyle does spill the beans, then it could open up a can of worms. So that's why Kyle is keeping his mouth shut and doing his time, even though Kyle did the right thing by stopping a crazy man, regardless of that crazy man being a cop, from killing an innocent family. So there's all manners of that really playing a significant part. And there was one moment which was a bit weird, like when Mike was driving, he came across a homeless looking person lying on the floor, and she kind of looked like Iris, who I assumed was dead last season. We found her in that coach, in that bus, with her, laying back with her eyes open like she's OD'd on some drugs or something. I don't know. I mean, she could be just high as a fucking kite, but that definitely wasn't Iris. I think it wasn't Iris who Mike found. Who knows? Maybe. It's hard to say. But her hair was black. Iris's hair is ginger and all of that. But yeah, there's definitely a lot more to come. This was a really good action-packed first episode, though, with a lot going on. I think by the end of this episode, with Carl's brother now going into jail finally, and Mike hopefully has done enough to make sure that his brother is secure and nobody fucks with him. It was funny that on the first day, before he even gets to his cell, an inmate had already planned to attack his brother, and he did. He managed to attack the prison warden, beat him up a little bit, and then start beating up Mike's brother Kyle as well. So not even within a day of Kyle being in prison, he's being attacked, and Mike gets news of this information, and he loses his fucking shit, and that's how the episode ends. It's really good. Like, Kyle's life is going to be a fucking living hell. Let's be honest. Regardless of all the people who might be able to look after him, there's a lot more people who want him dead. And at one particular point, he did have the ear. He was listening. His ear was open to that white supremacist inmate played by, oh my god, where is he? Richard Brake. He plays Mary, the leader of the Aryans. And he's talking to him through a vent to Carl, who's in another ward, in another cell, telling him, yeah, these are the rules you need to know about being in prison. And I'm hoping Carl doesn't get too friendly with this geezer, because this geezer obviously is a white supremacist. So we'll see what happens. And you know what? Carl is a good guy. He is genuinely a good person. So him being in prison, it could change who he is. He might come out being a different man. Who knows? Anyway, let's mark this lovely episode. I give it a solid 9. I was so happy to be back in this show. This is one of my favorite TV shows, The Mayor of Kingstown, and to get another season of it, I'm very fucking happy. And this should hopefully get me going until Christmas. Can't wait for the next episode. So bring it on. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to NerdTube, the greatest social media channel you never heard of. Take care now. Bye-bye.